Hello everyone. After studying about the impression compound in detail, we are here with another important lecture, that is the zinc oxide eugenol impression paste. This is a material which is routinely used in dentistry, and it is very important to know all the properties of this material. Also friends, please watch our entire playlist which is given on our channel Easy Dentistry by Dr. Pranali Satpute. The playlist by the name Dental Materials, in which we have started studying the dental material topics from the basics. Please do watch it. And please subscribe to our channel, share these lectures with all your friends, and please do comment and tell us what you feel about our lectures and what topic you want us to cover. So, starting with today's lecture, zinc oxide and eugenol, when they mix together, they form a very hard mass. Now, the exact reaction is not completely understood. Now, how would you classify the zinc oxide eugenol impression paste? It is classified as irreversible because the reaction cannot be reversed. It is thermoset, that is, the change in temperature does not bring about any changes in the setting of the impression paste, and it is rigid or non-elastic impression material. Now, applications. What are the applications of the zinc oxide eugenol impression paste? Let's not mug up but understand each application so that it will be easy for you to express yourself in the viva and theory exams. So the first use or the first application of the zinc oxide eugenol impression paste is that it can be used as a cementing or an insulating material. Suppose a tooth is affected with caries. If we remove this caries and prepare a cavity, this is the cavity which is prepared after removal of the caries. So, if the base of this cavity is very near to the pulp of the tooth, the patient may experience pain or some kind of sensitivity. So, to reduce this pain or sensitivity, a protective layer of some material is added on the base of this cavity, and ZOE paste can be used as this cementing or insulating material on the base of the cavity. This is one of the application of the ZOE paste. Now, it can also be used as a temporary filling material. After the cavity is made, the ZOE paste can be put in the cavity as a temporary filling material. The ZOE paste has a sedative or a pain reducing activity, so it helps in healing the injured pulp. Now, the third application is ZOE paste can be used as an RC filling material. After the root canals of the tooth are cleaned and the biomechanical preparation is finished, these root canals can be filled with ZOE paste and the root canal can be completed. This is one of the important application. The fourth important application is it can be used as a surgical pack. After removing the periodontally diseased tissue during the periodontal surgery, the ZOE paste can be packed into the wound, and this ZOE paste, it promotes healing. Suppose this is the mandibular anterior region. These are the incisors, mandibular incisors, and suppose a periodontal surgery is done in this region. If the diseased tissue is removed and suture cannot be placed in this region in the attached gingiva, so what is done? The ZOE paste is packed in this region. This ZOE paste, it covers this wound and it promotes healing. Also, this ZOE paste prevents the entry of any microorganisms or food particles in the wound, and thus it promotes healing. Now, ZOE paste can also be used as a corrective impression material. The impression which is obtained using an impression compound is the primary impression. It may have some variation, it may be overextended or underextended most of the time. So, to correct the impression made by the impression compound, the ZOE paste can be used as a corrective impression. Now, it can also be used as a bite registration paste. The ZOE is also called as the bite registration paste. It can be used to record the bite of the patient. Suppose this is the upper molar and this is the lower molar. If you want to obtain the relationship between these two molars, ZOE can be used to obtain this relationship. Now, it can also be used as a relining material. Suppose a patient comes to you with a loose denture. Now, instead of fabricating a new denture for him, relining of that old denture can be used, and this relining can be done using a ZOE paste. So, the zinc oxide eugenol impression paste is available as a two-paste system. You get two pastes of in the box of ZOE. One paste contains the base and the other contains the accelerator or the catalyst. The base contains the principal ingredient zinc oxide, and the accelerator or the catalyst contains the eugenol. Now, when base is mixed with the accelerator or catalyst, a homogeneous mix is formed, and using this homogeneous mix, the final impression of the patient can be made. Now, ADA specification number 16 divides the zinc oxide eugenol impression paste into two types. Very important, you should remember this. The ZOE paste are of two types, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is the hard variant while type 2 is the soft variant. Now, coming to the composition of the ZOE paste, we will see one by one what is contained in the base paste and what is there in the accelerator paste or the catalyst paste. The base paste is white in color, and the principal ingredient present in it is zinc oxide, which is 87%, and 13% of vegetable or mineral oil is also present. While the accelerator paste, which is also called as the reactor paste or the catalyst paste, is red in color, and it contains many ingredients. Let us see one by one. A small mnemonic to remember the content of the catalyst paste is Grace Funland. These are small mnemonics which are made by me. Students, you can follow these mnemonics or make your own, but I'll help you to easily remember the ingredients in the accelerator paste. Grace mnemonic. Now let us see how each alphabet or in these two words help you to remember the content. So, the first alphabet of the word grace, G, it contains gum or polymerized rosin, which is the ingredient present in the maximum content in the accelerator paste, that is 50%. It is asked frequently in exams, what is the principal ingredient of the accelerator paste? So, most of the students give the answer eugenol, which is wrong. So, here you should remember the principal ingredient present in the accelerator paste is gum or polymerized rosin, 50%. And then resinous balsam, which is also called as Canada balsam or Peru balsam, is present, 10%. Then the accelerator is used in the accelerator paste, which is mostly calcium chloride, 5%. Then the coloring agents are present. Eugenol or the oil of cloves is an important ingredient, but it is present only 12%. Fillers are present 20%, lanolin 3%. So you can easily remember these ingredients using the mnemonic Grace Funland. So what is the use of each of this ingredient? In the base paste, zinc oxide is the principal ingredient or the main ingredient, while the vegetable or the mineral oil which is present in the base paste acts as a plasticizer and helps in easy mixing of the material, and it also reduces the irritation to the tissues. Now, in the accelerator paste, the gum or the polymerized rosin which is present in maximum quantity, what is the use of this? It increases the speed of reaction. When we start mixing the two pastes, this gum or the polymerized rosin, it increases the speed of reaction. Secondly, the resinous balsam, it increases flow and increases the mixing properties. Now, the accelerators. What are the accelerators which are used? The accelerators commonly used are calcium chloride, the primary alcohols, and the acetic acid. As the name says, the accelerator increases the speed of reaction. Now, let us see how to manipulate this zinc oxide eugenol impression paste. On a glass slab, you squeeze out equal length of ropes of each of the base paste and the accelerator paste. Now, how can you control the quantity of this paste? They should be equal. So, the orifices of the tube or the openings of the tubes should be of equal diameter, and the equal length of the two pastes are taken on the glass slab. Now, how to manipulate it? In the first sweep of the spatula, just combine these two pastes, and after combination of these two pastes, mix the two paste in a circular motion until a homogeneous mix is obtained. So, it is so easy to manipulate this impression paste. Now, let us study in detail what is the setting reaction of the ZOE paste. The setting reaction of the ZOE paste is called as chelation. The acid, it combines with base to form a chelate, and this chelate is called as zinc eugenolate. Now, the reaction occurs in two steps. In the first step, the zinc oxide, it combines with water to form zinc hydroxide. Now, this zinc hydroxide is the base. Now, this base, it combines with the acid in the form of eugenol to form zinc eugenolate. This zinc eugenolate is the salt or the chelate, and water is released as a byproduct. Now, to understand this reaction, the blue dots are the particles of zinc oxide, and the reaction, it starts on the surface of these dots. The zinc eugenolate is formed in the form of amorphous gel. Now, this amorphous gel, you can see here the red lines. This is the formation of the amorphous gel. This amorphous gel undergoes crystallization and forms a set mass, which is the final impression. Now, the setting time, the initial setting time and the final setting time. Now, what is initial setting time? The initial setting time is the time which elapses from the start of mixing until no strings are formed. You try to lift your spatula from the glass slab. The point at which no strings are formed is the initial setting time, and the material should be inserted in the patient's mouth at this initial setting time. Now, the final setting time is the time when the needle failed to penetrate a needle of a specific dimension, it fails to penetrate more than 0.2 mm under the load of 50 grams. Now, the type 1 and the type 2 ZOE paste have different initial and final setting time. Let us study these. Under the temperature fix of 23 plus or minus 2 degrees Celsius and a humidity of 50%, the type 1 impression paste have a initial setting time of 3 to 6 minutes and a final setting time of 10 minutes. While the type 2 impression paste have an initial setting time of 3 to 6 minutes and a final setting time of 15 minutes. Now let us study very important topic, what are the factors which affect the setting time. First, the particle size. The smaller the particle size of the zinc oxide, the faster is the reaction. If the particles are very small, there are numerous particles available on the surface of which the reaction will start, and the reaction takes place very fast, and overall the setting time is reduced. Second factor, the accelerator. If more accelerator is added into the accelerator paste, fast reaction occurs and setting time is reduced. Quantity of the paste, the base paste should be exactly equal to the catalyst paste to balance the setting time. Now, addition of little amount of water and zinc acetate, they reduces the setting time. Remember, water reduces the setting time. On the contrary, if oil or waxes are added, they act as retarders and they prolong the setting time. Now, mixing. If you mix for a longer time, there is a reduction in the setting time and the material will set fast. Now, temperature and humidity. If the temperature is higher and the humidity present in the air is also more, then the material sets fast due to fast reaction and there is reduction in the setting time. Then the zinc acetate dihydrate. Instead of zinc hydroxide, if there is presence of zinc acetate dihydrate, it provides more zinc ions, and due to the presence of more zinc ions, there is reduction in the setting time. Now let us study the properties, consistency and flow. Consistency of the paste is very important. If the mix of the base paste and the catalyst paste is very thick, then if we take the impression of the soft tissues, this thick paste will compress the soft tissues and so proper impression will not be obtained. Similarly, if it is very thin, it will record the tissues in a relaxed state and so proper impression will not be obtained. And also the flow of the material should be uniform. The spread of type 1 impression paste should be 30 to 50 mm. So when the two pastes are mixed properly and they are spread, the type 1 paste should be spreaded 30 to 50 mm and type 2 paste should be spreaded only 20 to 45 mm. Now, second property, rigidity and strength. Another important property, the paste, the impression formed from the paste should resist fracture. The compressive strength of this impression paste is 7 MPa or 1000 psi 2 hours after mixing. Dimensional stability is another important property. Higher dimensional stability is desired and a negligible shrinkage of 0.1%. Now, what are the advantages of using the ZOE paste? This impression paste has a very good consistency to work, so it becomes easy to obtain the impression. Now, it also provides sufficient working time for the dentist to manipulate the material insert into the patient's mouth. Thirdly, very important property, it records accurate details, which is very desirable property. Also, the impression paste and the impression formed by this paste is very stable. No separating medium is required because the impression paste does not react with the gypsum product in which it is poured. Also, minor corrections are possible in the impression paste. Now, what are the disadvantages of using the ZOE paste? It requires a special tray for manipulation. Also, the ZOE paste is very sticky. Then the eugenol, which is present in the catalyst paste, it gives a very burning sensation to the patient and it may cause irritation or allergy to the patient. Also, it is inelastic, so it cannot be used in undercuts. It cannot be used to take the impression of teeth. Also, let us study how this paste can be used as a surgical paste. It can be used as a surgical paste after periodontal therapy. As I have told you before, if a periodontal surgery is carried out and in a region in which the sutures or cannot be placed, so what can be done in this region? The ZOE paste is applied to the wound. The ZOE paste protects this wound from getting from the food particles or any microorganisms from the exterior part, and it also help in healing of the wound. Now, also non-eugenol pastes are developed. Now, this eugenol present in the paste causes burning and irritation to the tissues. So, this gives rise to the need of the non-eugenol paste. So, in non-eugenol paste, what is used is carboxylic acid. Remember, this carboxylic acid plays similar role to the eugenol and helps in the final setting of the material. Now, this carboxylic acid is available as powder. It is mixed with ethyl alcohol to form a liquid, and this liquid is reacted with the zinc oxide particles to form the impression paste. Now, how is the disinfection of the impression obtained from impression paste done? It is done using a 2% glutaraldehyde or an iodophore solution in the ratio of 1:2. Now the quiz time. The first question today, students, please answer all the quizzes given in the end of each lecture which we upload. It is very important for you to answer these questions. Please provide your answers in the comment box of the video. It will help you to evaluate yourself. How much do you really gain from these videos? It will help you to evaluate it. So the first question today, what is the effect of polymerized rosin on the setting time, whether it increases or decreases? Now, what is the use of acetic acid? The acetic acid acts as what? Question number 3, smaller zinc oxide particles, it reduces or increases the setting time. Fourth question, the waxes used during mixing of ZOE paste have what effect on the setting time? Increase or decrease? So here we complete with the ZOE paste. The next lecture will be coming soon, would be on elastic impression materials, the hydrocolloid, in which we will be first discussing about agar gel and then the alginate. That's all for now. Please subscribe to our channel. Happy studying.